You know, the sad history is that a Trojan creates a backdoor for the attacker. The bad point here is that the backdoor seems to be a normal communication way and cannot be detected by any services, security services. This is the bad section from a Trojan, you know. Okay, in this slide you can find some noun parts that are used by well-known Trojans. I will upload also the slides. You can verify and you can take a look in this table as well. Okay, you may be asked why we need this, for example, port number. You know that in this table you can see the well-known Trojan that are known by antiviruses. The question here is that, okay, these Trojans can be detected but by antiviruses, and what is the point for knowing these port numbers? For instance, Trojan, which is known as death, is using port number 2. Okay, I will explain why we need it. You know, a Trojan tries to hide his concept and his code. Okay? For instance, all of you even one time used Notepad in your computer. Notepad is a very common software that we use for texting, typing, and any kind of this process. Sometimes a Trojan can be attached to your Notepad program. And he changed his name, and when you are looking, you see that there is a name Notepad. Okay, you say, okay, it's Notepad, and it's a normal software. But when you are scanning your opening port, you find, for instance, the port number 20 or 21 is opened. In this time, you can imagine that it is not a normal Notepad software. It is suspicious. It is not a normal Notepad because it is using port 21, and I know that port 21 is belong to a Trojan. Hence, you can guess that your system is infected. Okay? Hence, knowing this port number may help any IT security admin to detect if the system is infected or not. Okay. We have another concept: overt and covert channels. But what does it mean? These two concepts. You may guess about covert channel. Overt channels is a natural way. It's a legitimate communication path within a computer system or network for transferring data, files, etc. Normally, legitimate programs use overt channels. But in the other hand, we have covert channel. For example, here for overt channels, if you need to do a telnet communication, you do it as it's a normal communication, such as overt channel. For instance, for SSH we use 22, the port number 22. It's an overt channel. But a covert channel is a channel that transfer information within a computer or network in a way that violates the security policy. Violates the security policy. The simplest form of covert channels is Trojan. Okay? In fact, you can imagine that there is a train. A train runs through a railway in a normal fashion. But in the train wagon, sometimes there are some illegitimated, for example, materials. This is the example of Trojan also. Trojan tries to use covert channels to hide itself. One of the most known way to do covert channel is ICMP tunneling. You know, ICMP is an internet protocol. Internet Control Message Protocol. ICMP is a protocol for networking, for sending and resending sending your request and reply the request through the network and through the internet. This protocol helps us to know the status of network devices. If, for example, this router is working well or is failed, and the actual situation of the network. Normally, a Trojan can use an ICMP request to send his packet to the victim's systems. This can be also called a covert channel. Okay, covert channel is a kind of tunneling to hide the malicious software.